today's video, we want to go over how I got my 25.5 cage done with a cheap Harbor Freight tube notcher. And I'm also going to show you guys how I'm going to go ahead and do the last 3 bars for this cage. And then I'm going to also show you guys the whole summary of the cage of how everything is done and what I'll be adding in the future. This is to continue the conversation I was having about getting the cage done, where they try to charge me $7,000 for the cage, and basically showing you guys that I'm sure I have not paid $7,000 to get this cage done. I did it all myself. I did all the notching, I did all the welding. Everything done to this car is completely done by me. I'm not going to any shop for any of this work done. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I got this cage done, how it looks. I would say for this being my first cage, to me it turned out perfect. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Like I said, I don't mind criticism because at the end of the day, we're all just learning. So I'm just gonna show you guys, just in case you wanted to be someone that wanted to do a 25.5 or roll cage in your car, maybe an 850 cage will be a lot simpler than this one. I only went with a 25.5 because I don't know how far I'm gonna take this car as far as the speed and how fast I want this car to go just yet. I do know that this car is not gonna be stuck at one event. I will do big rim racing. I also wanna do small tire. So with that being said, let's get into today's video on the cage. All right, YouTube, so like I was saying, we're gonna talk about this cage. So what I ended up doing is building the cage to a 25.5. As you see, the floor is gone, so I was able to drop the cage down and weld everything. So I have the roof structure here. So that's a 1-inch bar going across with the gussets, and then I also have gussets up here in the corner. I don't know if you guys can see too well, but I have the gussets there. I have a gusset there, 2 of them here, and I also have this side done. And then we have the funny car part of the cage, which I'll go on the other side to show you guys. We have the back down bars in. So in order to take it off the body again, I'll have to cut those braces right there, which I may do, and then replace them. But so we got the floor structure. And as you see here, these are the bars we're gonna make today in this video. We're gonna go ahead and make the passenger side. I think that's called 17 A and B bars. We already have the driver's side done, and we'll go to the other side to show you guys that. All right, YouTube, so like I was saying, this is the driver's side that we have done. So these are the bars we're gonna make on the passenger side. This bar here and this here that goes down. We don't have to add this and that for the passenger side. It's only for the driver's side. You know, you guys see those wells. Some of them was hard to do. I have some spots that ain't too perfect, but for my first cage, to me, they're perfect. So this side here, we have all of the helmet guard here and all through here, even on the outside to make this a 25.5. I could have built it a 25.2 if I would have changed that roof bar to 1.125 and made an X that come across here also, which I still could do, but for now, 25.5 stretches all the way to 750, maximum 3,600 pounds. I don't know what this car will weigh when I'm done with it, but I do know the body is a lot more stiff now. I'm still thinking about running the bars down at the back of the bed to attach to this point where the shocks mount, to tie that in with the cage. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also trying to find a back glass. Either I might go with Lexan or the regular glass. I'm still trying to decide that, but I'm not too worried about getting the glass in right now. And then up here in the front, as you guys know, we took the motor out. I'm thinking about running bars from the cage. You probably can see the cage through here. Let me see, through there. That's where the cage is. So I might run some bars at the top of this point here that comes out, and then it's gonna connect down to this point here. I just have to wait until I get the motor back in and get the turbos set in there, so I make sure that they're not in the way. And then on this side, it'll run from up there, come down, and hit this point here also. But like I said, we have to figure that out because of where the turbos are. I don't think I have the space to do that. I got the turbos kind of off in the corner here, but I don't know if I can get from that spot down to that. All right, YouTube, so like I was saying, we're gonna focus on go ahead and finishing this cage today. So we're gonna take some measurements So the first thing I like to do is I go ahead and use this screen to figure out how far we're going as far as the cage. So from this point down, I've already took the measurements so that it can match the other side. So I've already took those measurements of where the bars are. As you can see here, I have the line there. And then what I do first, I go ahead and make this bar, and then I'll go ahead and make the next one. So I make sure that this is pulled tight so I can get an accurate measurement how far I need the bar to be. So the first one, we're going to do about 48 inches. So the first bar is going to be 48 inches. And then what I do here is I use this here so I can get the degree. So it's exactly what I thought. It's going to be a 32-degree notch on this side, and I believe the other side would also be a 32-degree notch, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So pretty much both sides will be a 32-degree notch. But I go ahead and I get the first notch done. I get that side done first, and then I do the other side. I already knew it was going to be 32 degrees because that's exactly what the other side was. It was 32 degrees to get that notch. So we're going to go ahead and take material. I'm going to go ahead and take our material. I don't cut anything off the top just yet. I just go ahead and leave it just like this and do the 32-degree notch. And then I'll go, the other side is the one where I'll take off, because this is a 5-foot stick, so that's 60 inches of tube, and I only need 48, which is 4 foot. So we'll go ahead and move on to the notcher. All right, YouTube, so like I was saying, we have our tube jigged up in a notcher. And I showed you guys these before. I use these to go ahead and get the bar leveled, get the tube leveled. And let me go get my angle finder. We have the bar leveled. The only thing is I have to go ahead and change the degree for which the notcher will be. And let me just explain this to you guys. So this is a cheap Harbor Freight notcher that I use. What I end up doing is I went and got some better bushing for it. As you see here, it moves pretty good. So I went and got some better bushings for it. These are 3/4 inside, 7/8 outside bushing for this here. So this is actually something I'm trying for now, because I used to just throw away the notcher, buy another one. It's only $60, but I'm gonna try this out today. You guys will see how it goes, if it works or if it doesn't. YouTube, so like I was saying, we're gonna go ahead and get our 32-degree notch done. Just spray it down a little bit, make sure it's level. And you guys didn't see none of that. Pretty much what I'm gonna do is I go ahead and use the pliers, go ahead and get this piece out. All right, YouTube, so we got our 32-degree notch. Use the notcher to hold the tube in, and then I just take my sanding drum and I go ahead and hit the ends of it, because this notcher is not perfect, so it leaves a little bit of material left over. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, YouTube, we're gonna check and make sure the fitment is good. So what I use is another piece, 1 5/8. As you can see, you do have a good fitment. Gotta do that side, and then I also use 1 5/8 for when, let's say I want to do the other side and I want to be on the same level. Make sure this is in there, and then I make sure it's zeroed out, and then I do the other side. So since we already took our measurements, you see, 32-degree notch. Since we already took our measurements, all I need to do is figure out where is the top part of this going to be on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll measure from the inside, and I'll just show you guys that now. Let me just get to that. Alright, YouTube, so like I was saying, what I end up doing is I will take the measurement from the inside of here and I'll go down. So let me just extend this past what I need. So I'll measure from here, and then I'll measure on the inside here, which would be about 46 inches. I'll say 46 1/4 inches. I'll measure that out on that tube over there. I'll measure that out on here, and we will go ahead and get the cut on the other side. Like I said, what I do is I measure this side, and then I just go 46 1/4, but I'm gonna go a little bit more than that just to be on the safe side. I'll measure 46.25, so I'll probably go to 46.5. Then I could walk it down. I went ahead and put it at 46.5, and I'm gonna put it in our notcher. And what we do is, this is how the bar will be in there. So this side will be up, that side will be down. So when I put it in the notcher, it will be opposite. So I'll have it like this, because the tube notcher will be coming in this way. So on the other side, it'll be coming in that way. So that the top part of this is at the bottom, and then this side here will be at the top. What we're gonna do first is, because this is too much tube, I'll go ahead and cut this down now, at least to about this point here, because this is where my mark is. So I'll cut it down to that, and then I'll go ahead and notch it. All right, YouTube, I was saying, we're going to go ahead and notch it at that point right there. And again, the other side will be pointed the other way. All right, YouTube, we're gonna go ahead and try to put it in there. All right, YouTube, so as you can see, we have it in there. Even down here, I have it above the line a little bit. And then up here, we have it above the line. There is a little bit of a gap there. I just need to adjust that side, maybe bring it down some, and then I can close that gap in a little bit better, because that side is kind of hitting on a piece. So just gotta clean up that side to get that to sit down better. All right, YouTube, so we went ahead and got done with the bars. I wasn't gonna really make a basically how-to video on how to make those bars. You guys see me do it when I did the driver's side over there. So pretty much I'm just going to show you guys the end result. As you guys can see, we have the passenger side done. So the cage is 100% complete at this time. The only thing, like I said, we might do is go ahead and put a slit in these braces right here and keep the piece so that I can drop the cage down, take the body completely off, and then I'll be cleaning up the whole cage and painting it. I'm going to go with a satin black for the whole cage. I kind of wanted to get the cage powder coated, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna get it painted real good. I'm gonna paint it myself, and then once we do get it back on there, I'm gonna make sure that I mask off a certain part of the cage, probably in this area right here and over there. I'm gonna mask it off so that I can run another tube that goes back into here, possibly. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but it'll come back out and hit this point. So it'll be one stub coming up, and then it'll hit the top of this point near the anti-roll bar. Well, the anti-roll bar link. So pretty much it'll be two bars coming out the back and hitting the top back here, and then it'll be a bar going up from there. And pretty much the body's already nice and stiff, but I'm thinking about doing that. I'm gonna show you guys my weld. Some spots got away from me, but welded all the way around in every spot, so pretty good on that. But like I said, this is the complete cage. We're finally done with it. So next, like I said, we'll be moving on to taking the body back off the frame and go ahead and get the cage painted. Then once I get the cage painted, we'll be working on doing the floor. We'll go ahead and get the whole floor complete. You guys can't really see. Let me try to get you on the other side. So right there, I have most of the floor. I'm gonna have to buy more pieces, but that's most of the floor there. I think basically I have it up until, I have the floor up until this point right here. So this forward, I have the whole floor forward. Here, back, it's gonna be a new floor, because as you guys know, in the back of Monte Carlos, Malibus and all that, it dips down right behind the driver's seat. So I don't want that. I just want it to be straight, come back, and then come up to this point right here. So like I said, we're gonna start working on the floor, and then once we get the floor done, we'll be moving on to getting all of the engine work. Well, not really the engine work, just getting all the wiring done. I'm still trying to decide. I'm doing my research on the Fuel Tech 600 or the Holley Dominator. Because like I said, we'll be running dual fuel, but not in the beginning. It's just gonna be a learning. And then I also need to fill in those holes, the hole down there, the hole for the old, what is that called? The fuse panel. So the hole for the fuse panel, and I have a little hole right there. So I'll be trying to fill all that in. Once we get all that filled in, we'll pretty much be done. So this is a whole overview of the car. Full cage, 25.5 cage, and We'll be getting this covered up too. Radiator back here. And like I said, I already told you guys before in different videos. So this is just an update video on how the car looks. I'm loving the way it looks. Again, it ain't gonna be painted just yet. Well, it's not gonna be painted at all. It's gonna be wrapped. But I'm gonna keep it like this even when I get the car running. Because I'm not really worried about the prettiness of it. I got the rims on there, but I'm just trying to get the car working first. All right, YouTube, so thanks for following me on this journey. This is my update on the cage. I'm gonna go ahead and go in the house and relax. I'm gonna take a little break from the car for a little bit. I put in a lot of work to get this cage done. I know I didn't video it all because it was I just wanted to lock in and focus on getting what I needed to do done. But as we see, the cage is complete. Like I was saying, as you see, the cage is complete. The car is done as far as cage work. So next we'll just be working on the engine area, wire harness, and also determining what ECU I'll be using, either Fuel Tech 600, Fuel Tech 550, Holley Dominator. I don't know about the Terminator X and Terminator because I just feel like those are like beginner things. I mean, I can play with them, but my end goal, I feel like the Fuel Tech 600 or Holley Dominator would be the best for me. So if you guys have any ideas on which one to choose between the Fuel Tech 600 and the Holley Dominator, go ahead and leave your comments down at the bottom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and that'll be all for today.